Have you ever wondered how a grain of rice feels when it's about to be planted? Picture this. In a quaint rural setting, there were 2 grains of rice, hand-picked as seeds for the upcoming season's crop. They were the cream of the crop, robust and full of life, each holding a promise for a bountiful harvest. The first grain of rice, however, was not too thrilled about the idea of being buried underground. The thought of enduring the hardships of growth made it shudder. It imagined the darkness, the pressure, and the struggle to reach up towards the light. It felt the fear of the unknown creep into its core. In response to its fear, the grain made a decision. It decided to keep all its nutrients to itself, nestled safely within its outer shell. It didn't want to risk the comfort it currently had for an unknown future. So it rolled away, seeking refuge in a dark, quiet corner of the rice barn. It chose the path of least resistance, resigning itself to a life of insignificance as a non-reproductive grain. Meanwhile, the second grain of rice was a stark contrast to the first. It was brimming with excitement and anticipation. It was ready to embark on a new journey, to be the seed that would provide sustenance for many. It had faith in the process, in the farmer who chose it, and in the nurturing elements of nature. It eagerly awaited the first drop of rain and the warm embrace of the sun. It was ready to grow, to change, and to fulfill its potential. The tale of these 2 grains is a simple one, yet it carries a profound message. The first grain of rice, so afraid of discomfort and hardship, chose to hide away in the safety of the barn. It chose to remain as it was, denying itself the chance to grow and thrive. And so, the first grain of rice chose the path of comfort, ignoring its potential for growth. But what about the second grain of rice, you might wonder? This grain, unlike its counterpart, brimmed with anticipation for the journey to come. It was not afraid of the darkness of the soil or the uncertainty of what lay ahead. Instead, it found joy in the mystery, excited about the potential for growth and transformation that lay dormant within its shell. You see, the second grain of rice had a different perspective. It saw the farmer's hand not as a force of destruction, but as a source of life. It put its faith in the farmer, trusting that he had chosen it for a reason, that he saw something special within it. This trust wasn't blind. It was rooted in the understanding that every moment of life, every twist and turn, is an opportunity for growth and transformation. As it awaited the farmer's hand, the grain of rice tingled with excitement. It longed for the first touch of rain, the first glimmer of sunlight that would signal the start of its new life. It understood that the rain would be cold, the sunlight scorching, but it eagerly awaited them nonetheless. Why? Because it knew that these elements, however harsh they may seem, were necessary for its growth. This grain of rice was ready to embrace the challenges and seize every opportunity that came its way. It knew that the path to growth is often steep and rocky, filled with obstacles that seem insurmountable. But it also knew that every challenge is an opportunity in disguise, a chance to learn, to grow, to become more than what it once was. And so, the second grain of rice did not shy away from the challenge. It did not hide in a corner, clinging to comfort and familiarity. It stepped boldly into the unknown, ready to face whatever came its way. It embraced the opportunity to grow, to transform, to become something more. It was not afraid of the hardships, the uncertainties, the challenges. It understood that these were all part of the journey to growth, to transformation, to becoming more than a grain of rice. Unlike the first, the second grain of rice embraced the opportunity to grow, no matter the difficulties that lay ahead. So what can we learn from these 2 grains of rice? The first grain, choosing comfort and security, kept its potential locked away, never to be realized. It feared the unknown, the discomfort of growth, and chose a life of stagnation instead. On the other hand, the second grain of rice embraced the opportunity for growth, despite the hardships it would face. It trusted in the process, knowing that each drop of rain and beam of sunlight was a step toward a bountiful future. The tale of these 2 grains of rice mirrors our own life journey. We all have a choice: to remain in our comfort zone, holding on to what we have, or to embrace the challenges and opportunities that come our way. It may seem daunting, even scary, but it's only through venturing into the unknown that we unlock our true potential. In life, We must always be willing to face challenges and embrace every opportunity. No matter how difficult, always believe that our efforts will be rewarded with success and happiness in the future.